Hey guys, Nikhil here from Home Banao. In this video, this is a long overdue video. I'll be reviewing the D-Link DWR920V. Now, this particular modem, I'd actually received it from D-Link about 3 months back just before the lockdown. But unfortunately, this was left behind in my office. And I didn't want to do a detailed review without having used it at least for a good amount of time so that I can talk to you about in detail. So, very sorry about the delay, but this is the review of the D-Link DWR920V. Let's get started. During the COVID times, the internet has essentially become one of the most critical aspects in our homes. Now, a lot of us are fortunate to have, sort of broadband connections in our house. However, if you live in Bangalore and say you have an Airtel or an ACT internet, right, I'm 100% sure you've faced disconnectivity issues. Now, the thing is that disconnectivity in this time is not something which a lot of people can afford. I mean, especially if you consider in terms of, a lot of us are working from home. So this particular device is an alternative to JioFi. Because typically you'd think, okay, when there is a disconnectivity which happens, right, I'll just end up, using my personal hotspot and my data on my smartphone. But the problem with that is, number one, say you get a phone call, there's chances that the internet connection gets disconnected. Your smartphone starts heating up. You end up compromising the battery of your smartphone. So because of that, personal hotspot is not a great option. Now, the second option is one of these devices. This is a JioFi personal hotspot device. Now, this costs about 1,000 rupees and it does serve the purpose in the sense that it has a small battery. So you just put a SIM card and it starts working. D-Link released this particular product, which is a fairly expensive product, as an alternative to this JioFi and this personal hotspot. Now, this is the main positioning of this particular device. This is your ultimate backup internet connection. So let me just explain how it works. Basically, like any other device, right? Like any other router, you have certain antennas, you have certain indicators over here. But behind you will see it has 2 LAN ports and it has a telephone jack. Now, this particular telephone jack is unique and I'll get to that in a minute. But overall, right, this device looks like any other router and it does not work portably. So unlike JioFi, which works without any power output, it has a 5-hour battery inbuilt. This has no battery inbuilt, but it works through an adapter. So anywhere you have a power plug, you can just plug into this adapter and it should work. Now you have to keep in mind this uses the complete mini SIM. So that's the whole thing. The smallest SIM card which we have normally, which goes into a lot of smartphones, is a nano SIM, which is the smallest element here. The bigger one is micro SIM, and the whole thing is called a mini SIM. So this particular device requires a mini SIM. So just keep that in mind. So the way it works is on the bottom side, there's a SIM tray. You just push it in and you press it once and it gets locked. And that's about it. That's the whole installation or the setup process. Now, these 2 antennas, you may think they are Wi-Fi antennas. They are not. These are actually 4G antennas, which allows this device to capture range much better than a JioFi or even a smartphone sometimes. This antennas actually allows you to, not only get you better network, but also gives you a little bit more consistent network. So I'll talk about that a little bit later in the review. But this is a basic overview of this device, right? You have a SIM tray, you have certain jacks here, and it looks and feels like a router. In fact, in normal day-to-day use, it performs just like a router. So you just go to Wi-Fi, you select this particular Wi-Fi, put in your password, and you're locked in. So now, one common question I got in my unboxing video was, does it work with different SIM cards? So I tried this with Jio, I tried this with Airtel, I had no problems. You just plug in a SIM card and it's good to go. So I'm guessing it works with all, 4G network providers. Unlike JioFi, which works only with Jio. So occasionally, for example, if in your area Jio is not working and because there's a backup internet connection, you can actually pop in another network SIM card and it should be good to go. The next thing I want to talk about is the setup process after I installed the SIM card. So the setup process was very seamless. So what do I mean by that? The moment I put in the SIM card and I connected to the the router's Wi-Fi connection, it just immediately connected me to the internet. There was very little tinkering for me to do. I didn't have to break my head with anything. So, hats off to D-Link for a very, very simple setup process. Put in your SIM card, connect to the Wi-Fi, and that's it. So there's no other steps involved in setting it up. I mean, it's somewhat similar to the JioFi itself. Generally speaking, personal hotspot or a smartphone personal hotspot don't require a long setup. Typically, routers do have a long setup, but this one does not have any, sort of a long setup. So it was pretty simple. Pop in the SIM card, you're good to go. Now, let's talk about an important factor in terms of speed. So when you compare this with a broadband, you will find that although the network speeds are pretty consistent. So what do I mean by that? Depending on which area you are in, you will get 10 Mbps, 15 Mbps, 20 Mbps, whatever it is. There is one number which you will be seeing the screenshots of, which is ping. Ping is essentially acceleration. So this device, or any personal hotspot for that matter, the reason it does not feel as snappy as a broadband connection is because of the ping. So ping is, you could think of it like this. This is just a very, very simple generalization of it. But a car has a top speed, and your ping is sort of like your acceleration. So how long it takes to hit that top speed. So typically speaking, in my broadband connection, my ping time was 1 millisecond, 2 milliseconds. With this device, and with devices like JioFi and personal hotspot, my ping was, about 50, 60 milliseconds. Now, you may think that's a very small number, and you're absolutely right. You're right. It should not make much of a difference when you're doing day-to-day work. But here's the thing, for it to get to top speed takes time. So because of that, your streaming experience, your video streaming experience will be very, very smooth. But when you're working in an application which constantly is, interacting with the server, like say you're using some SaaS application, you're using an e-commerce website, opening pages and all although the pages load fast, it takes a bit of time to get to that top speed, right? That ping, because it's 50, 60, 70 milliseconds, and it can vary depending on which area you are at, that makes the experience a little bit worse when you compare it with normal traditional wired broadband. So this is one area where I don't think this is the fault of D-Link. It's just the way the networks work. Your latency or your ping is going to be compromised compared to a wired connection, because that's the main reason why it will not feel as snappy as broadband despite having the same amount of top speed. So that's a very, very important factor to keep in mind. Now, I want to just quickly compare it with JioFi and other personal hotspots. So overall, right, when I was using personal hotspot options, one was this D-Link, one was JioFi, one was my own smartphone. I have a Poco phone. You can see initially, right, the speeds are pretty similar. However, where this thing completely destroys even a smartphone or even JioFi is because it has a lot more area for heat dissipation. It's able to consistently deliver a good speed to you compared to what a JioFi would. Because think about it like this, the space in this is so less that over time, once it starts heating up, it has to throttle the speed. That's not the case with this entire router. Because you can see behind there is vents for heat dissipation. It's a very large device, so overall heat dissipation is very good. When you consistently work for half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, right, including your smartphone, your JioFi, your smartphone heat up, this does not. This consistently keeps your speed high. In fact, I was very, very happy with, its ability to perform for long durations, because this particular device, I ended up using it for good amount of time, right? There were a lot of times when I turned off my broadband, I relied completely on this for video uploads, for uploading files and all those things. It was consistently able to deliver a good speed. So this was something which I was very, very impressed with. The next thing is, if you compare the ping as well, overall this device had a lower ping when you compare it with JioFi or any other smartphone. Another thing to keep in mind is that JioFi works only with Jio network. Airtel hotspot also is there, but when you end up buying one of those devices, you're completely dependent on that device's network. That's not the case with this. In this device, you just change the SIM card. With the same Wi-Fi password and all, it should work completely fine with multiple different connections. So that's a very, very good advantage for D-Link DWR 920V. Now let's try to understand who this device is for, because I will be honest, this is not a cheap device. This is an expensive device. It costs around 6,000 plus rupees. You can find the link in the description for the latest prices. But who is this device for? If you're someone like me where your entire work depends on the internet, where even a broadband disconnection of half an hour cannot be withstood, or you're in an area where you don't get broadband connection. There are many areas in India which are still not connected to the broadband. Then this is your best option if you ask me, especially if your work is dependent on the internet. Because although it may seem like it's a pricey device at 6,000 rupees, the consistency in its internet delivery completely convinced me that you can use this without any issues. The second thing is, even if you are in an area which has broadband, there are certain businesses which completely depend on the internet. So for them, right, this is also a very, very good backup device to have, especially because you can use multiple different internet service providers to support your Wi-Fi. Now, there is one aspect of this, one major disadvantage which I felt that D-Link could have done a better job, which was the range of the Wi-Fi was not very much. So when I say that, if for example, right now I'm in my dining, if I keep this in my room, I just get 2 or 3 points out of 5 points for my Wi-Fi signal. So I see a tapering off of speed, and my dining room and my room are about just 30 feet apart. So it's not that it's very far. The range is very mediocre. Another thing to keep in mind is that it does have LAN ports, but it just has 2 LAN ports. Now let's talk about this. I got a common question in my unboxing that can I do SMSs and calls through this? So this device, on the behind side, they have a telephone jack. I initially thought that you could use this as a traditional router as well, but this telephone jack is to connect a traditional telephone to make phone calls with. So you can actually just plug in a traditional telephone and start making phone calls with this, and it'll go through your, whatever SIM card you have installed. And for SMSs, you can access it in the D-Link portal. So these are some very nice, miscellaneous features, hidden features which they have, which make the experience a little bit better. So again, summarizing the video, I think for businesses, for people who completely depend on the internet, this makes a lot of sense. You can have multiple SIM cards. Data rates have been going down significantly. So just for example, Jio, you can take a 50 GB pack for 250 rupees per month. I think it's a no-brainer if you're completely dependent on the internet. So if you're a software engineer, if you're a business who does e-commerce, who does videos, I think this makes a lot of sense. However, because it's a bit pricey, if your internet is not critical for you, I think you can manage with your phone's personal hotspot. You don't even need this JioFi. I personally do not like this device because it's never given me great internet speed, the JioFi. This, however, has changed my perspective as to what a 4G router can do. So this is about it. If you do have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. I'll definitely check them out. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you liked the video. And if you are looking to purchase this device, please purchase it using the link in the description. Really helps out the channel. See you guys in my next video.